afternoon and welcome to this week's webcast. I'm Steve Dudash here at IHT Wealth Management. Normally we do these videos and we talk about the markets, what it's done in the last week or so, what the economy's done, what we're looking at moving forward. But this week we've gotten the same question over and over again, so I wanted to spend a little bit more time on it. And we'll start with @HVST asks, will the Dow hit 20,000 prior to the presidential inauguration? And I don't care. One, no one knows what the market's going to do in any short period of time. Tomorrow the market could be up or down. Anyone who tells you they know what the market's going to do tomorrow is not telling you the truth. But two, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things anymore. The Dow, a couple decades ago, meant a lot more. When people only had a handful of individual stocks and they were all big, like Ford and IBM, GE, things like that, the Dow meant more to someone's total portfolio. But in today's environment, mutual funds and ETFs drives most people's portfolios now. The Dow components maybe only makes up 10–13% of someone's actual portfolio. So if the Dow goes over 20,000 or not, won't really drive the total return of that portfolio. And that's where I want to go with this is, what's your total return look like? The TV and the press have been talking about the run that the markets have been on since the presidential election, double digits, which is great. The reality is most portfolios, though, have only made 3, 4, 5% over that same period of time, and that's because if your average person is half stocks, half bonds, let's say, bonds have gotten crushed since the election. Interest rates have gone up, and bonds have seen almost double-digit negative returns. So your average mix, your total portfolio return, even though the Dow component has done well, hasn't been very strong. And so why I'm saying this is, one, when you're looking at your total returns, be cognizant of what your actual total allocation is, not just the sliver they talk about on TV. And two, you got to be careful with your bond portfolios. Next 3, 4, 5 years, if your portfolio averages low single digits in your bond portfolio, it wouldn't be surprising. So be careful with that. The 30-year run that we've seen in the bond market, it's not going to continue. It can't continue. Won't see it again probably for another generation. So the returns that you've seen in the past 10, 20, 30 years cannot project moving forward. We actually wrote this exact same thing in an article for Forbes talking about be realistic about what you expect your returns to be in this environment, not what happened in the past, but today's environment. And make sure you keep that in mind when you're looking at what you're projecting your returns should be moving forward. So I hope you find this helpful. If you ever have any questions in the future that you want to talk about, @IHT Wealth is where you can tweet in questions. And if you ever want to see old videos or some of the national press that we do, including that Forbes article that I was mentioning, go to ihtwealthmanagement.com. Thank you, have a nice weekend, and we'll see you next week.